Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today is Fabric Chat.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so
we weren't hiding.
Sorry, heavy breathing. So we're back in the against the color wall. A little bit of the neon color. Oh Lord,
You sticky breath. You need a toothbrush.
you need a toothbrush. So we keep trying to find different spots, to film Fabric Chat where the camera and the chairs will fit. And some of you guys had mentioned last week that you really liked the fact that we kind of move around a little bit, but couldn't we open boxes in a different spot? And that seems like a really valid request. The problem is that we don't have enough room to be able to do that because we have so many boxes. And if... Go lay down.
You little stinky thing.
Just terrible breath.
Terrible breath. And
Terrible
she's
breath.
tooting already this morning.
She is tooting. I don't know. That could have been more of what I smelled. She has those excitable toots.
Yes, she does. She does. It's not happy peas, it's happy toots.
No, happy toots. Tone it down. Anyways, we did a video, gosh, has it been 2 months ago?
Maybe.
Sort of like a week in the life here at the Fabric Patch and what we do. And maybe Anna can show part of that footage kind of next to us and show you. But you can see behind the scenes the number of boxes and the amount of room that we have to open it, pull it out, set it aside, and then keep doing that. Yeah. And we only have really 2 spots in the shop where the 2 cutting counters are that really give us enough space to be able to do that. So as much as it'd be really nice to kind of do it everywhere, and every once in a while we've come back, we've done a box opening back here before when we knew it was all
batiks. Yeah, that's true.
And maybe we've done it even in the flannel room before. We've done it in the batik room before.
We've done it in Northcott before, but I felt like that was even
hard.
I mean, it was kind of a little bit harder for us, and I don't know if you guys saw it very well. Yeah. So, we know it's hard to shop online as it is. Being able to see it, touch it, feel it. We're such, we like to touch everything, pet the fabric. We're all like that. So we want to make sure that you can see it as best as you can. We can describe it as best you can so that if you love it when you're watching it, you're going to love even more when you get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that's why. And our aisles are fairly narrow. What do you think that is? 8 feet? Are those tiles 4-foot tiles or 3-foot tiles? They might be 3-foot tiles. It might be 6-foot aisles. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it too is aisles that run into aisles. We have to have enough space so the camera isn't too close. Stay back. So anyway, so that's why. And then the other comments that people, really good information was, we were talking about Taylor Swift, of course, last week in her wedding. And some people had information that I was not aware of. One is that she gets a lot of death threats.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, I think she and Trump don't like each other.
Oh, well.
I don't know anything about it. I can see that. I can understand. And so apparently, I don't know, there's, I don't know if that's what it is, but they said because of her political views and that she has had death threats. And so that was one thing. And then the other thing is they wanted to make sure that there were no drones. So if they got married out on an island or on a boat, it would not be private and it would just be a big old rat race. And that does make sense to me. That makes sense to me too. Totally makes sense to me. So anyway, and the other thing too that I just have to say is that the fact that she donated, what was it, 26 million?
She donates a lot.
That just to say, hey, sorry, I know we're going to be a pain in the neck, so let me give you this money. That was pretty okay. I liked that. I thought that was all right. Mm-hmm. So anyway, thank you for your input on that. That was really good. There was something else that somebody mentioned. Oh, I had mentioned the news and that 1440. So many of you already subscribed to that and like that. Yeah. And it's really, really good. So, and those of you that didn't appreciate it because it's true, you just
the information.
Yeah. I just want to know what's real.
Yeah, that's true.
And I want to know all of it. And I don't want you know, I mean, I come up with my own wackadoodle opinions, and so I don't need somebody else's. You know, I just want you to tell me all the facts, and then I can go down my own little rabbit hole from there. And so, anyway, so I really do like 1440. And sort of interesting, the story of the day today is that, guess what's happening today? Guess what's going on sale?
What is today? The 15th of, I don't know, July.
Gus. Gus is the largest T-Rex ever found. He was found in Montana. He's 12 and a half feet tall, I think, which is pretty good size. But then I always imagined them being bigger. So twice the size of Robert. Do you feel like they should be bigger than that?
I feel like I would say bigger than that.
I mean, I don't even know if that's scary.
We've
12
seen
feet.
Jurassic Park, and that's a lot.
They were way bigger. Yeah, so maybe Gus was a baby. I don't really know, but Gus is the biggest intact T-Rex they've ever found. Now, where do you think he is? Well, I'll tell you where. A millionaire owns him.
Oh, no way! I was going to guess like the Smithsonian, you know, where you think you
Wouldn't
would
that make
find.
sense?
Yeah.
Right. Why would you want Gus? I mean, in your parlor? Being your guest?
I mean, that would be cool.
I'll take your coat. You know? I don't know. Out on the lawn to scare the neighbor dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would even want it for. It just seems like a weird thing to go, oh, and here's Gus. I don't know. He bought him for $44 million.
Well, when you have money to burn. So, you know, the things
That's
you do.
a lot of burnage.
That's a lot of
That's
burnage.
crazy.
I mean, maybe you had to either get a boat or Gus. Are we going to get a yacht?
You
or are we
can
going to get Gus?
hire a starving artist to sculpt you something cooler, that kind of Gussish, but not so.
I was just thinking you could hire a full-time cook, a full-time maid who can live in.
You could hire a team. You could build them their own house.
I do laundry, do dishes, and cook for me for all of that.
What we spend our money on, I don't know. Gus. Well, he's selling him.
Oh, okay.
He's selling him. They
Time
think
for a yacht.
The opening bid is $19 million, but they think he's going to go for twice that, which I hope so, because I wouldn't want this poor little millionaire dude to like have lost some of his money. I mean, we'd hope that would continue to, you know, hold its value.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's weird, and I also think if you can
Why would
spend,
you just donate it?
that's exactly what I said.
Donate
That's exactly
to a
what
really
I said
cool
to Pop.
little museum, or the dinosaur place in British Columbia, or
Right. If you
Any
can,
zoo.
if you can blow
that kind of money.
$44 million on,
Gus.
I don't know if you thought it was art or fun. Why not just donate it now? What do you need $36 million for? I don't know. I mean, far be it for me to judge somebody who can blow that much amount of money. Clearly, you're doing something right, but I just think it's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, newsworthy. Let's just do a little experiment. Let's see if you see that on NBC or CBS or ABC. No, I don't know.
Do you know
why we
how
talk about
if you
interesting stuff.
donated that intact remains of that to a little tiny zoo that struggles, you know, like cattails
museum,
just a little place, it would make so much, because everyone would go to see
an
the animals.
impact.
Plus, what is that? I've never seen that, but I'm not going to make it to.
This is where Gus is
Washington,
now.
D.C.
Right.
Yeah.
Some
It would
little
make-
town that has some cool museum, but just needs a little
push.
Some place in Montana where he came from, or I don't know,
send
some
him
other
home.
place, you know. Yeah.
I would do different things if I had that kind of money to blow.
Right. Me too. I feel like I would do good things.
You'd hope so.
I mean,
But I'm glad we know.
I don't have a lot of extra money, but
that Gus is not worth anyone. And I am surprised he was little.
I know. I don't feel like 12 feet is big.
No, maybe he's a big baby.
But see, you live with somebody who's 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah. I don't know. And I've
I don't
watched
know
Jurassic
either.
Park, and
That was
they're
scary.
mammoths. They're humongous.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I don't know.
that's, yeah.
Good to know.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, did you hear Sam Neill died?
Oh, did he?
I know he did. He said he lived a really good life, and he was like 79. He had blood cancer, and he was in New Zealand, and you know he was
Prepared and
yeah, it was all they kind
That's
of
too bad.
not a huge surprise, but anyway, still sad.
Yeah.
you know, lots of things going on, but anyway. So one other little thing, and I worry a little bit about a rabbit hole, so I'm gonna just say right now, Anna, take some liberties to put my thoughts in order here a little bit, but I feel like I need to clarify something just a little bit. And one thing is, I just want to back up a little bit. Last week, some of you guys noticed and said, gosh, Brianna, you looked beautiful, but Cindy, you looked kind of tired.
We did tell her a couple times.
I know. I looked rough, and
You had to remember, it was right after 4th of July.
it was after 4th
And
of
she
July.
has a happy tootin' puppy.
A happy tootin' puppy
That's
who
scared of
was not happy.
everything.
And it would be different if there were
Yeah, we're talking about you.
if there were fireworks on just one day. But that's not how it is.
It's all weekend, we
you know. And just when you settle down, there's another great big huge explosion. And then, anyway. So anyway, life is good. I am well rested, hydrated. Life is good right now. So I feel like I can try a rabbit hole just for a second. So I have a couple clarifications, and I felt like I had to because a lot of you guys commented, emailed me, texted me, called me, and said, what are you? This is a thing. So I just have to say, just for a second, that I know that CERN and the Hadron Collider are a real thing. It sounded as if I might have said that there was like a theoretical or a possibility or a conspiracy theory about that. That is not a conspiracy theory. It is a real thing. It's a conspiracy theory about why it shut down. So I just want to back up also for just a second, because somewhere in there I said something else about conspiracy theories and whether or not the moon landing happened. I do believe that the moon landing happened. I do believe there's some other weird stuff surrounding that, though, that maybe we embellished. Not maybe so much embellished, but I think there's some weird pictures. But that's just me. And here's what I want to say about that, is that I think it's fun to look at things and delve into conspiracy theories, but I would do nothing about it. Yeah. I don't care that much I'm not going to march. I'm not going to hold a sign. I'm not going to probably even post something on Facebook. I don't want to sound like like somebody who doesn't care, because I do care. I care about so many things. But what I recognize is that I don't have any power to change any of those things. I support people. True. I'll send money to different things. I'll, share different things. But I know that I am just this
one tiny little seed,
tiny little speck. And that's why I think I'm always so impressed with people who really do, spend their lives trying to make a difference in things, and the people that go down in history for what they've done. And I certainly appreciate it. I just have to say that's not my personality. I'm just not a fighter. I'm not an arguer. I'm not a yeller. I'm not I would very quickly shrink away. And, I can't even, I've had 3 different lawsuits that it's like, not lawsuits that we ever filed, but that we should have to be able to set things right. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do it. You just keep your money, go have a really nice life. And, I'm going to have my really nice quiet life where I'm not angry about something for months at a time. I just don't have it in me. So anyway, so the whole conspiracy theory thing, or all of that, I just think it's interesting. I think it's fun to go down rabbit holes and educate a little bit. And also a lot of those things that you really don't see on the news, that they never talk about. And that was kind of my whole point when we were talking about the astrophysicists that are missing and the Hadron Collider. The funny thing about that is that that's not something that they ever talk about on the news, and things that didn't make mainstream news. So let's back up just a little bit, and I'll tell you why I mentioned it last week. And that was that we have talked for probably a year maybe about the Mandela effect.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. All those weird things.
All those weird things. All those weird things. And if you're new here and you're still here, you haven't given up yet, then the Mandela effect is this weird phenomenon that started right around 2009, 2010, where people started misremembering things, allegedly misremembering. So things like, do you remember that there was Jiffy peanut butter? No. They're telling us there was never Jiffy.
Oh, it's always been Jif.
Always been Jif. Do you remember that in Snow White that the witch said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall"?
Yes.
No.
The fairest of them all.
No. She said, "Magic mirror on the wall." No, she didn't. She said, "Mirror, mirror." We all know it, right? And we all know that Tinkerbell, when Disney came up and dotted the I.
Yep.
There's just so many of them that, another new one is C-3PO, which you weren't a Star Wars person, but
we have them on VHS.
So C-3PO was all gold. We all had the toys. We all played with them. We all saw all gold. No. Now they're saying he had a silver lower leg.
What?
Yeah, he didn't. We know he didn't. Oh, and was it Luke, I am your father? What did Darth Vader say?
Yes.
Luke,
Yes,
I am
it
Darth-
was.
Well, they're telling us that we all misremembered that, and it was, no, I am your father. Not Luke.
No. No. I mean, why not?
Okay, so here's the thing. So the Mandela effect, there are hundreds of them. The only ones that really get the whole big press are the ones that kind of like it's mass hysteria is their term for it.
Sure.
But that everybody remembers
remembers
it the same way, that there was Jiffy peanut butter, that she dotted the I, that it was mirror, mirror on the wall. But there are other little things that people have found, things in books that, that we remembered that, oh, no, that line is different or whatever. Things in movies that are different. But anyway, so that's been going on for, about 15 years now, where we keep finding more and more and more of them. Okay, so Mandela effect. So CERN is a real thing. CERN is like the Organization for Research for Nuclear Physics, and the CERN is what that means, or how they say it in French, is what CERN is. And CERN is, they are everywhere. These,
Oh, I didn't know there was more than one.
they're everywhere.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So CERN is everywhere. There's like 100, well, not everywhere. I think I might be wrong. Maybe there's 12 or 20, something like that, different spots where they all meet together. And it's all of these scientists that get together and they do experiments together. So there's like 100 countries that are part of it. And their top people are
Like a little
working
summit.
on, yeah. But at CERN, at the one in Geneva, is where this Hadron Collider is.
Oh, okay.
And that was not, if I suggested that it was a theory or a conspiracy, I didn't. It is a real thing. They built it in 2007. But again, they don't talk about this on the news. Have you ever,
My phone just popped up something on it because we talked about it last
because we
week.
talked about it and your phone was
And
listening to us.
I saw the huge picture and that they shut it down to apparently like change out magnets or something.
We'll talk. I'll put you in. So what this thing does is it is 17 miles is how big this circle is. And what they do is they're studying, they basically want to study what happens when the Big Bang happens, right? So the Big Bang is what they say was kind of the start of life as we know it, when all of these atoms split and then came back together or whatever. And so they want to see what happens, because what happens is everything, all matter, and we know this for a fact, all matter is made up of atoms. So there is matter, but there is just between, and there's, I don't know how many trillion, gazillions, that make up us, but just between you and me right here, there's trillions of atoms, because it's all energy. So it's everywhere. So they want to know what makes an atom, what makes them try to stick together, what makes them make a person, make a leaf, make a flower, make a bee, just become just energy. And if you think about what an atom is, there's the neutrons and the protons, which are positively charged, that are in the center. And then the electrons are the negatively charged ones that spin around it. Minuscule. You can't see it. You can't see any of them. But they are made up of 99% energy because of, the negative, the space that's in between the neutrons and the electrons. Basic. Just, this is me dumbing it down. If anybody from CERN is watching, they are no longer.
But that's what
This
we
is
learned
just
in high school or whatever.
Yeah,
high
this
school
is just my basic.
Yeah.
I have a medical degree, not a physics degree, but just basic atoms. So anyway, so what they're doing is they're trying to blow these atoms apart to see what's happening. So what they do is on this 17-mile thing, they spin them around, one going one direction, another one going another direction at I have to think about the number, 300 million meters per second.
Oh,
which is
my dang.
99.999% the speed of light.
Oh.
So not quite the speed of light. So they spin them around, and as they're going around, all of a sudden,
They crash.
And this small Big Bang happens. And they photograph it. not photograph it, but however they,
Whatever they do.
you know, to study it, to see what happens. So they've been doing that. So let's just think for just a second. So if that's how everything spread apart and became something else, what would the side effect of that be if it got out of hand, right? Who knows? We'll talk about that again in a second. But what they did do when this happens, they discovered, and they started doing this in October 20th, 2008 was when the Hadron Collider was completed. Mandela effect started being noticed at first. First reported incident of it was in 2009.
Oh, weird.
Coincidence?
I don't know.
I don't know. So anyway, but they keep doing it, and they keep doing it, and they keep doing it. And so there's more and more and more Mandela effects. So now in 2012, they found, gosh, I can't think of the name of it, the Higgs boson, which is they found that when they blew apart this atom, there was one other little thing in there. And they're calling it the God particle. And it's not just the neutron and the proton and the electron, but there's this little Higgs boson. And again, dumb it down. This is just do your research. But the way that I would describe it is that it's what determines how it's going to all go back together.
Oh, interesting.
What is going to be a leaf, what's going to be a flower, how it's all going to go back together. So it's the determinant material for what happens to this atom. Okay, good. That guy that Higgs, who discovered that, won the Nobel Prize, him and his partner that year, of course, because what a huge thing.
Finding, yeah.
So now the other thing, there's all of these other weird little things, and it's all supposedly public information, all of these papers, because it's owned by...
If you know how to read them.
That's part of it.
Public
you have to go,
information. That is just a nice way of saying, if you understand what I am saying.
Yeah, good luck to you. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. You have to know what it says, or have somebody who can dumb it down to explain it a little bit.
How do you dictionary every word in a sentence?
Right.
So nice.
Molecular weights and no. But I can dumb down one other thing that happened to you. They discovered that they could turn lead into gold. Lead, okay, so lead is made up of 79 particles, protons, particles. And if they spin it super, super fast and crash it, they can split one of them to turn it into 80. So lead is made up of 79, is the molecular weight. Gold is made up of 80. So they could turn lead into gold.
I mean, that's fancy.
That's super fancy. Now, not that it never was going to matter, because then you have
A grain.
a particle.
Nothing.
You have not even a grain.
Not weighable.
You would have to do it, I don't know how many times for it to be. Yeah, it's not even measurable.
Yeah.
But they were able to do it because they were able to change
Yeah.
the molecular weight of something by splitting an atom. Okay, so scary to think that they could do that and change something like that, and it would all go back together as something totally different. And the other thing too is that, keep in mind that when a scientist will do that, they start with a theory, right? They start by saying, hey, I believe I could do this, and I'm going to try this. So let's say that you try it again and again and again, and finally it's like, hey, we were successful. What about the times that you weren't? What happened to those weird little bits? Those weird little...
No idea.
I mean, yeah, who knows? Who knows? So anyway, so that's the whole funny thing, is that there are lots of really, really smart physicists, scientists that are saying, so the Mandela effect 100% is because of what is happening with this Hadron Collider. Because here's the other weird little thing, is that these scientists don't believe in time. Right. They don't think that time is linear. They think that time is changeable, that it's all just it's easy for us to think about time because we can think of it that way, but that it's actually just an illusion, and that's why it can change, and that they think it's all basically like dimensions. And so you could easily just shift just one teeny tiny bit. And if you shift a teeny tiny bit into a dimension, all that happened is your Jiffy peanut butter is now Jif. And if you shift again just a teeny tiny bit, now it's mirror, mirror on the wall becomes magic mirror on the wall. So there's just weird little things where it's us that's changing into this different dimension. And they're just saying that that's happening again and again. So now here's where I don't want to say conspiracy theory because it's maybe not quite that, but there's questions about
the start of the rabbit hole.
Why? Yeah, the start of the rabbit hole is all of these astrophysicists that have disappeared. So again, why isn't it on the news? There was only one that was on the news, and it was just because of the Nancy. I believe it was because he was in the same town where Nancy Guthrie came up missing. And then it's like, oh, shoot, we shouldn't have reported this. This is an astrophysicist. That goes in a whole different file. Because the rest of them, it like almost never makes the news at all. 27, now here's the other thing about that. 27, that's just the ones in the U.S. because we have that Freedom of Information Act and we're supposed to be able to find all of these things out. That's not all of them. They're disappearing everywhere, hundreds.
Now, is it like a current news, like the day they'll just like blurp it somewhere weird in whatever news channel? Or not at all?
No, you can't find it. You have to search. Now, there's other people that are in that whole, hey, here's another one, here's another one. So you can find a lot of articles on it. You can find the people. You can pretty easily search it, but you can't find where it's an ongoing,
a news thing.
No, it's never, ever on.
It's not on Dateline yet?
No. And that's what somebody said. Oh, they're going to do a Dateline episode about it.
We'll not for that.
We'll see. That's part of what I think is so interesting is that
no information.
Why don't we know more about it? Why aren't we more interested in not just the U.S. astrophysicists, all astrophysicists?
Yeah, the smart ones.
Why are they disappearing not just here, but everywhere? And some of them, it's either a gunshot or total disappearing.
Right.
We've never found them again. So here's my weird little theory. And this is the crazy part, is that this is what I think. It's like, okay, so let's back up. So the Hadron Collider, so they shut it down on July 1st. So everybody's question is, well, why did they shut it down? Did they shut it down because they realized they were
messing with things?
Weird things were happening and they needed to, regroup a little bit? And that's what everybody believes. And that's in fact what they're saying, is that they're shutting it down for maintenance and that they're going to turn it back on in 2030. But what they're really kind of not talking about is they're making a bigger one. So right now it's 17 miles, which is like 26 kilometers is how big it is. They're making another one that's now 91 kilometers.
How do you have that much space?
Well, it's all underground.
Yeah, but someone owns the ground above it.
Well, 3 countries all in on it, all doing it. Now, if you already made a little Big Bang, you want to make a bigger Big Bang? You did a little Big Bang and you changed time as we know it, dimension. You want to do it again and you want to make it bigger? So that's the question is, why do you want to make it bigger? Is it because really we can move dimensions?
Do we know what their scientific theory is to make it bigger?
I think
not that we would probably not understand what it means, but maybe.
No, you can't find anything about, believe me, Pa and I will sit there and and finally he'll go, too much science. No more. No more. I'm done. And it's like, so we can't figure out, and there's like little things about, all of these scientists that do all of these studies there, and that's all fine. But what is it that they learned with 27 kilometers
that they
want to do bigger at 91? And it's going to cost, they don't even talk about how much money it's going to cost. I mean, it's like it's irrelevant and it doesn't make any difference. And it's going to turn on in 2030. So my suspicion is that, and this is where the craziness, I've not read this anywhere, but this is the crazy, Pa and I sitting there going, sipping our evening tea going, well, what do you think? So this is what we've decided is that let's say that we've experienced a little bit of a shift, and we all believe that we have.
Side question. So is their bigger CERN going to spin faster or at the same speed of the speed of light? If this little guy does 99.99% of the speed of light. And
I think that they could have made it the speed of light. I think they could have with their little one, but they intentionally chose not to.
Not to. Interesting.
So I believe that we know that they were able to, they don't call it time travel. That's what we call it. They call it dimensional shift, right? We know that that happened. We know that that happened. We know that it was mirror, mirror on the wall and it was Jiffy peanut butter and Tinkerbell dotted the I. We know that. You can't fool us. So we know that there was this weird time travel, dimensional shift. We know that it happened. I think that they want to go farther. I think that they don't just want to go teeny tiny. So think about that for a minute, right? If we were on the verge of understanding time travel, who would volunteer to go?
Oh, a scientist.
An astrophysicist.
Weird.
Who would go? Wouldn't be me. I mean,
I had nothing to report back because I don't know how to tell you I report back.
I don't know how to contact you. I mean, it wouldn't be
Average Joe.
No.
Yeah.
It would be an astrophysicist.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Another add to the conspiracy theory.
I know.
I mean, it would make better sense than someone's just offing them. Because why would you do that?
Right. What do they? Right. Because if they're just being.
What do you gain? You don't gain their clearance if they're not there.
Yeah. So it's one of two things. It's either what do they know that.
It's so damning that they just have
that they're not supposed to know. What do they know that they threatened to tell? What do they know that they did tell? Because in some of them, their spouse was killed also. Or did the experiment go wrong? Or are they somewhere else and there can't be two? I don't know. See, again, this is just weirdness because now we don't know enough. Because all we know for sure is a dimensional shift or time travel or whatever they call it that did occur. I believe that that absolutely did occur. I think that there's evidence of it because I used to eat Jiffy peanut butter. And I watched the movie that said mirror, mirror on the wall. And the hundreds of things. You have to admit something happened. And if something happened, it has to be the Hadron Collider. They have discovered all kinds of fun things and they've now shut it down because they want to go bigger. So anyway, that's all I was. So when I said something about, I don't even know what brought it up last week and talking about the news. I think we were talking about the news and we were talking about AI and weird stuff that you kind of can't trust, but there are some really weird things. And I still wonder all the time. I don't watch mainstream media news anymore because there's no point in watching. All it ever is all of the horrible, devastating floods, horrible, devastating fires, and political stuff. It's just, it's not, and sometimes it's the exact same story, 4 days in a row. It's just, it's not the things that, and sometimes it's so embellished, that, because there was somebody that I called, because I thought, oh gosh, you look on the news and it was just a little blurb story about all of this flooding happened and it was supposed to be in Pittsburgh. And so I have a friend in Pittsburgh. It's like, no, it's raining. It's really wet, but there's not in her neighborhood. But boy, the look of it was that the entire town was, maybe there was like, we have floods here, oddly. You know. There's a little spot that will flood because we're the desert. And so we've not done very good about, when there's a huge monsoon of rain, we're not prepared to handle it. Because we are in a valley and we put a canal and so it up above us and so it changed our water level just a little bit or our table a little bit and so it makes it a little hard for us. But that happens once
every 5 years ish, maybe.
Yeah, but if you were going to put those pictures on the news, it would look really terrible that downtown Ephrata was flooding. And one little part, 2 stores, sometimes us.
But nothing new. It's fine. We know how to combat it.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was the, I had a lot of you guys concerned about, well, wait, you know, some of you absolutely knew, oh, no, CERN is not, you know, a conspiracy thing. It's a real place. I absolutely know that. Yes, we have gone down this horrible rabbit hole. There's this little boy. He's not a little boy anymore. I think now he's like 20 or 21, but he did some videos years ago when the Mandela effect was first really getting steam, because it wasn't just one thing or two things or three things. Now it's like, I think his first video there was like maybe 20 or 30 things, and he was even saying that his notes, he knew for a fact that he has this eidetic memory, and he knew that that is not right. That is not what I wrote. Why are my notes wrong? And so anyway, at the time he was 12 years old. His name was is Max Laughlin or something, Laughin. You want to say Laughlin, but there's no L in there. But anyway, he did a bunch of videos, and again, a 12-year-old to explain theoretical physics is pretty interesting.
It's like a young Sheldon.
Yeah, it is. It was really good. And so he was explaining about, that it's not about time and time travel. And anyway, he was really good. And so but he has now, he doesn't do any
of it?
Well, he doesn't do any media. He was on the Joe Rogan show episode. And that's the other funny thing, is that you can even find where he talks about it. And it was episode like 1912 or something like that. If you go to episode 1912, that's not him. You can't find the Joe Rogan 3-hour episode when he was explaining all of the problems with the Hadron Collider. It's all been taken down. So anyway, I don't know. Again, rabbit hole. Sorry. But anyway, it's just kind of a fascinating thing. And for me, I think about the things that were interesting, and that Mandela effect thing. I was constantly down that rabbit hole before I realized it's all just collective and it's all one thing. And so now it won't be until 2030 before we find out and we'll never know. No, we'll never really know. I think you have to be in the know and be able to understand it.
Yeah.
And that's the other funny thing too about all of the, the freedom of information and the conspiracy theories, and where we don't know the answers. And so we kind of fill in the blanks for ourselves. And, some of it I kind of understand, because I think there's some things that we probably aren't supposed to know, and not just some things that we're not supposed to know. And God has told us, stay away from that, but also, some things that just as humans on this planet, information that it's best out of our hands. Right. And so, I don't know, not everybody agrees with that, but I think, we raise our children that way.
That's true.
There's certain conversations we don't have in front of them, because it's not, you don't need to worry about that yet. Let's get you all grown up, get you out of college.
Yep.
And when you have to deal with a budget, then we'll talk about that. But, I remember when I was a kid and when you were a kid, no kid wants to know that they're poor. Exactly. I remember you guys asking, are we poor? No. Of course not. Don't you worry, honey.
You're fine. You got shoes? We got dinner?
We're good. So anyway, so that's it. That's it for the rabbit hole. That's it for, so every once in a while.
So that's just the rabbit hole you and Paul are in at the moment.
We are.
CERN and scientists.
CERN and scientists and figuring that out. But now, it riled us all up again because they shut it down. And so you're just kind of watching. And but I'm still on the whole rabbit hole of the disappearing physicists, I think. Now I think there won't. I mean, I don't know if there's still more disappearing.
Oh, it makes you wonder, if it all of a sudden they stop disappearing, was it connected? Sure. If they continue, okay, maybe there's something a little more, sketchy happening. And
it's easy enough. I mean, just go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and, type in a few keywords, CERN, Hadron Collider, There's a lot of really intelligent scientists that are still alive, have not been offed, that will explain it. And it's an easy rabbit hole to go down. think it's just fascinating stuff, I think. And, and now they're showing part of the problem is that, and I think this was the other thing that I mentioned last week, is that AI has now gotten involved.
Oh, and that's so hard.
Oh, look, here's a picture from
unfair.
1920 and the guy's holding an iPad. Okay, no, he's not. Probably not. I mean, if you are going to time travel, you're going to take something like that.
How are you going to charge it?
How are you going to charge it?
There's not even Wi-Fi.
What pictures are you
Leave it
gonna
at
take?
home.
Yeah, so I think that kind of stuff is like, oh, I don't even subscribe to any of that kind of stuff. I think that stuff is just weird. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
But I still also think it's good to ask questions, whatever that means to you, whatever question you want to ask, and then decide for yourself what you can prove or can't prove, or if it leads into another question. I think it's
just interesting. I think it's just interesting. I think, ways that what we find that's entertaining. I love books and I love to, I love crime fiction and I love historical fiction, and I love historical fiction because I love that it happened in this time period, and it's a fictional story, but you still learn so much about that time period. And so, and Pa is not a reader, but this is something that it's just entertaining. It's just fun to read. And in fact, I mean, read and watch and, rabbit hole. But that reminds me, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to tell you this. So, when we were doing the book clubs during the retreats, I got this whole big long list of all of these really fun books that everybody was recommending. And so you put them in. And so it's really, really nice because almost all of them, I was 8 weeks out or 9 weeks out or 5 weeks out or whatever. So they're slowly starting to come in.
Oh, good.
And one of them was the Thursday Night Murder Club.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh,
is it a good one?
Gosh. So good. So good. So good. So I'll tell you one tiny little thing is that it is a Netflix movie, I think. I don't know if it's a movie or a series. I'm not sure. But it was kind of fun because the cover of the book has the pictures of the 4 characters. What is it? Joyce and Elizabeth and Ron and Abraham. And so it's kind of nice to have a picture in your head of what they look like. And it's these 4 people that live in this complex, and it's like an assisted living and apartments and nursing home and hospital, and it takes place in England or Ireland, and they are solving murders. And it's so wonderful. It's so laugh out loud. It's one of those that I was laughing out loud constantly. So good. But the funny thing, the one thing I was going to tell you is that the author, this was his first book. And the funny thing was, you would never guess that it was a man that wrote it because there's 4 main characters, but the 2 women, just wonderful, highly developed stars of the book. And it's like, you just don't think that a man can write that, but wonderful. And he was he was a writer. He was he worked for the newspaper, did all of the crime and, I don't know, all of those sorts of stories, and so he always thought that was interesting. And anyway, and at the end of the Audible, there's a little interview with him that's really good. And so
I like when they interview or they just talk about the process or whatever. I like when the author comes in at the end and talks about it.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Just can't say enough about it. I don't remember who it was that. I think multiple people recommended that, and it was absolutely fantastic. And so now, since then, I think it was written like back in either 2020 or 2021, so it's been around for a long time. And he has like 5 more or 4 more books out. So I've already, one of them is a series of 3. Yeah. I loved his writing. I thought it was really, really good. So anyway,
if you need to feel good.
One to put in your pile.
Cool.
And then one other quick little thing that we're not going, if you've stuck with us through all of the crazy, it's like, why is she so weird?
It's because it's just her and Pa.
It's because it's just me and Pa.
And an old dog.
There's
no puppies to giggle at. There's
no, our cats are old. Our dog is old.
They have to find their own entertainment.
Yeah, we do. We don't drink. That's all we can do is find something weird to talk about. And he's home a lot, so we have a lot of Talking time. Because what is it? I think Lori was the one who said retirement means too much husband, not enough money. So anyway, yeah, because there's nothing else to talk about. So anyway, we're off on, and now that it's shut down, well, I might have to find some other weird little rabbit holes. So feel free to send suggestions, things that you're curious about, and what we should delve into. But I don't want it to be anything that I'm upset about. I mean, I'm upset about astrophysicists dying, of course, but I mean, I don't want to have to march or chain myself to something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't handle things like, the bees dying and...
She really just likes that rabbit hole that she has no power of fixing.
Yeah. The interesting rabbit hole that makes me go, I don't want to have to, yeah. I so often want to be the one to go into every Walmart and drag out every single thing of... Roundup. Who is on that bandwagon to ban Roundup?
Yeah.
Someone. I'll send them money. That's what I'll do.
Bail money.
Bail. I'll chain myself to that area in the store. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so as your reward for hanging in there with us, that's what friends do, right? You listen to them even when they're crazy. When you're wondering what's in their coffee. We have some soap. We have about 50 bars. So what happened was we had some retreaters that were here this last weekend, and they were just saying, oh, do you have any soap? Do you have any soap at all? I said, no, but little secret is that Bridget is making some that we're going to have. We will have our Christmas supply coming up, but we're actually going to have a couple of specials for our anniversary, which is October 1st. So we'll have a good amount in October. But in the meantime, I was able to nab 50 bars. So I don't have a lot of it.
Smattering.
So there's a little smattering. We're not going to announce it on box opening because there's not enough and it'll all be gone. Mm-hmm. I suspect it'll all be gone by box opening. So
if you go to the website, go to shop online and go to gifts. And then in that gift section, there you'll see Soap Lick soap. And there's like 7 or 8 different flavors.
And maybe 4 or 5 of each. There's not a lot.
And flavors you've all seen before.
Yeah, nothing
new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's some there. I got what I could. So there's a little bit there. And one thing I just want to mention is that I did not know this until Bridget told me this, but the Soap Lake, sweet Soap Lake, smells so good. This is one of my favorites anyway. And that was what happened. I said to her, I said, well, do you have any double mud? And she said, no, the double mud is really popular. She said, I just have this. And she handed me Sweet Soap Lake. And I said, I love this one. This is my favorite one. She says, well, it's double mud. Oh, why do you not say that on there? You need to say double mud. She goes, yeah, I should say that. She says, isn't it obvious? No.
I mean, no.
So anyway, if it's the double mud because of your psoriasis or your eczema, and it's all you guys use, and this has, and all of the scents, there's no bad scent. It doesn't matter. Whatever is available. They're all super subtle. They're all, really good. But this one has been my favorite, and it's double mud. Who knew? I did not know. It seems obvious now that she mentions. I just didn't know. So anyway, special little gift, special little, secret.
Yeah.
For our special.
And then I'll, of course, we'll do box opening tonight. So if you order soap, I'll watch and see if you order tonight, and I'll combine those orders for you.
Yeah. And then she'll just send you a little gift certificate for your shipping.
Yeah. I send you a little piece of paper that has a gift code on it, so you'll essentially get free shipping on the next time if you keep that code.
Yeah. And that code, it's a gift certificate. It doesn't ever expire. It's like money. Don't lose it. But the reason that we do that, it comes up every once in a while, is just because of costs, right? So when you have made a credit card or even a PayPal transaction, and that costs us roughly a little over 5% of that transaction, when we then refund it, they charge it again. So we pay it once, pay it a second time. So instead, let's just transfer dollar for dollar.
Yeah.
And that way we've only paid that fee one time. And so it seems to make more sense.
And you guys are using them, so they must be working.
Yeah.
Keep them
a
in
little
the
bit
safe place.
extra little money.
And then some of you might notice that I can look it up and I add to the same gift card. So if 1 week it's, I have to refund the $10.75 because you placed 2 orders. And the next time, maybe we were short a half yard of fabric. I'll see if you happen to have one, and I'll add that $4.95 to that $10.75. So you'll all of a sudden realize, hey, there's a lot. And usually I'll write
on there.
Yeah, and usually I'll write on it what the number is. So if it thinks, why did I have $34 and 12 cents? That seems like a weird number. I'm just adding to it. So if you do have it saved in a special place, it's only one. You don't have to keep tacking. Or if you've misplaced it, well, here it is again. So
you can look it up?
I can look it up. So
if
you find that, oh, hey, I'm pretty sure last week you sent me one, send me an email, info@fabricpatch.net.
And you know what it is.
I have it up under your name.
Mm-hmm. You're just amazing.
I
try
to make my life easier. That's all it is.
Well, you've made everybody's life easier
okay.
by doing that. It's a really, really nice thing. So, because I think somebody did say to me, I've gotten a couple of those little coupons and I've not ever used them. And my answer was, oh, do that. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really say that, but I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. But that makes sense that you know what they are. So
email me and I'll let you know what I know.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, well.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
For being friends.
We love. I know.
Not judging us
for being
too
our
hard.
friends. I mean, sometimes I deserve it, and I accept that. But
she's your weird friend.
I'm old and bored. I have to find something to talk about besides, the neighborhood dog barking or whatever. So we just find our weird little things.
And Ombre Bargello. We've got 15 minutes left of filming, and then Anna has to do her magic. So you might see it next week.
Oh, fun.
So make sure you hit subscribe so that when it comes out, you will be notified before we have to tell you. But next week. So if you've got your 2 yards of ombre and your 2 yards of something else, have that ready.
Be ready.
Finish your project you're working on this week.
And we're going to show you how to do it. And we've already written up the chart. That's just free. There isn't, you just download it and you're all set.
So this weekend, finish the project you're working on.
Yes.
So next week when it airs, you'll be ready.
You'll be ready. We'll sew together. Yeah. Yeah, because fast.
Super fast.
Really, you can do it in a day. Easy. I mean, Brianna can do it in a couple of hours. So if Brianna can do it in a couple of hours,
you only need a weekend.
It's a day.
It'll be good. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Thank you again so much for hanging out with us. Yeah. We sure appreciate it, and we'll see you tonight for box opening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.